need to listen to us right now. This can't go on like this.
I will marry her, and no one can stop me.
I never planned to tell this story, but once you hear how it started, you'll understand why it still sits heavy in my chest. It began on a hot Monday morning, the kind that makes sweat run down your back before you even take one step. That was the day Cola, the gym instructor everyone admired, locked eyes with a woman nobody noticed. "Bro, you're late," Tund, Cola's gym assistant, whispered as they arranged dumbbells inside Ironheart Gym. Cola wiped his face with a towel and laughed. "My mother kept me. She says a good man must always listen to his parents." Tund shook his head. "Your parents already control your life too much." Cola smiled, but that smile hid something. He was a disciplined man, well-built, respected, and very close to his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Adeyemi, who had big plans for him. They wanted him married to a proper woman, someone educated, clean, and respected. Not someone like the woman standing outside the gym gate that morning. Her slippers were torn. Her dress was faded. She stood quietly beside the road, holding a small nylon bag, her eyes fixed on the ground. "Another homeless woman," one gym member muttered. "Don't look," another said, waving his hand. "She smells." But Cola looked. He paused mid-step. His chest tightened for a reason he could not explain. "Why are you staring?" Tund asked. "I don't know," Cola replied slowly. "But something about her feels wrong. Or maybe familiar." Just then the woman lifted her head. Their eyes met. The street noise faded. Her lips moved, barely audible. "Please, do you have water?" Cola took one step forward. And in that moment, without knowing why, he made a choice that would soon turn his whole life upside down. What he didn't know was this: that woman's past was not empty, and his parents would never forgive him for what he was about to do next. Cola handed her a bottle of water, his fingers shaking slightly. She drank slowly, like someone afraid the kindness might disappear if she rushed it. "Thank you," she said softly. "My name is Zainab." Tund pulled Cola back and whispered, "Guy, be careful. People will talk." Cola ignored him. He looked at Zainab's face closely now. Beneath the dust and tired eyes, there was a quiet beauty, the kind that does not beg to be seen. "Why are you here?" Cola asked gently. Zainab hesitated, then shrugged. Nowhere else to stand. Her words hit him harder than any weight he had ever lifted. "Come inside," he said before thinking. "You can sit. It's cool there." Inside the gym, conversation stopped. Someone scoffed. Another woman rolled her eyes loudly. "Is this place now a shelter?" one man whispered. Zainab froze, her shoulders stiff. "It's okay," she murmured. "I can go." Cola raised his voice for the first time. "No. She stays." That evening, Cola told his parents what he had done. The dining table went silent. "A homeless woman?" Mrs. Adeyemi asked, her spoon clattering onto the plate. "Mr. Adeyemi cleared his throat, his voice hard. "Cola, remember who you are. Remember our family name." Cola swallowed. "She is a human being first, Papa." Days passed, but Cola kept seeing Zainab. He brought her food. Clean clothes. He listened as she spoke in broken sentences about losing her parents, losing her home, losing herself. "You don't look at me with pity," she said one evening. "Why?" Cola smiled sadly. "Because when I look at you, I feel like I'm the one missing something." But something about Zainab's story did not add up. Sometimes she stopped mid-sentence. Sometimes her eyes darted around like she was hiding a truth too heavy to carry. One night, Tund warned him, "You're falling, my brother. And when you fall, it will hurt." What Cola did not know was that Zainab was not just running from poverty, she was running from someone. And very soon, that past would knock loudly on his door. The knock came late at night. Not soft, not polite. Loud and angry like it carried bad news. Cola sat up on his bed. "Who could that be?" he muttered. Zainab, who was sitting on the floor folding the few clothes he had bought her, froze. Her hands began to shake. "No," she whispered. "It can't be." Cola opened the door slowly. A tall man stood there, wearing a dusty jacket and a hard smile. "So this is where you ran to," the man said, looking past Cola straight at Zainab. She stumbled backward. "Musa, please." Cola turned sharply. "You know her?" Musa laughed. "Know her? She is my wife." The word wife fell like thunder. Zainab cried out, "That's not true." Musa stepped forward. "You left me with debts and shame. You think changing clothes will change your life?" Cola's head spun. "Zainab, talk to me. What is he saying? Zainab's voice broke. I was married, yes, but not like he said. He beat me. He used me to beg on the streets. When I refused, he threw me out. Musa scoffed. Lies. She is ungrateful. Kola clenched his fists. Leave my house now. The next morning, Kola's parents heard everything. Mrs. Adeyemi stood up suddenly. A married woman? Kola, this is a disgrace. Mr. Adeyemi pointed a finger at him. We warned you. Love without sense brings shame. Kola tried to speak, but the words refused to come. Later that day, Zainab packed her things. I never wanted to destroy your life, she said, tears rolling down her cheeks. Kola held her arm. You didn't? But you didn't tell me everything either. She looked away. Some truths are dangerous. As she walked out, Kola realized something painful. He did not know if she was a victim, or if she was still hiding more. And the silence she left behind was louder than Musa's knock. 3 days passed. The house felt empty, like the air itself had packed its bags and left. Kola barely slept. At the gym, he lifted weights without counting. Kola, you'll hurt yourself, Tund warned. Kola laughed bitterly. Pain outside is better than pain inside. That evening, his mother sat beside him. You are a good son, Mrs. Adeyemi said softly. But goodness without wisdom can destroy a man. Kola replied quietly, Mama, what if everyone judged you before hearing your story? She looked away. She had no answer. Meanwhile, Zainab sat under the old mango tree near the market, hugging her knees. 2 women passed by. That's her, one whispered. The one living with the gym man. Zainab closed her eyes. She had heard worse before. Suddenly, a familiar voice spoke behind her. You think you can hide forever? Musa said. She stood up, trembling. Leave me alone. Musa stepped closer. You belong to me. People don't belong to people, she snapped, her voice shaking with anger. Kola arrived just in time. Touch her and you'll answer to me, he said, standing between them. Musa laughed. You think love makes you strong? Kola stared back. No. It makes me brave. That night, Zainab finally spoke more, though not everything. He took my papers, she said quietly. My identity. My past. That is why I look homeless. Kola frowned. So who were you before? Zainab shook her head. Not tonight. Please. Kola felt torn. His heart pulled one way. His parents pulled another. And the truth sat in the middle, heavy and waiting. He realized then that loving Zainab meant fighting not just people, but secrets. And some secrets, when revealed, do not heal. They burn. Kola followed Zainab the next morning, not to spy, but because his heart refused to rest. She walked with her head down, turning corners like someone afraid of being seen. At the old bus stop, a well-dressed woman suddenly gasped. Zainab, she called out. Zainab stopped like she had been struck. Slowly she turned. Aisha, she whispered. Aisha rushed forward, her eyes wide. We have been looking for you. Do you know what your disappearance caused? Kola stepped closer. You know her? Aisha nodded. Know her? This is Zainab Bello, daughter of Alhaji Bello. She went missing 2 years ago. Kola's knees felt weak. He looked at Zainab. Is this true? Zainab's tears fell freely now. I didn't lie, she said softly. I just didn't tell you who I was. Aisha grabbed her hands. Your family thinks you are dead. Musa told them you ran away with another man. Kola felt anger rise in his chest. So Musa planned everything. Zainab whispered. He wanted my inheritance. When I refused, he destroyed my name. That evening, Kola confronted his parents again. She is not a beggar, he said firmly. She is a victim. Mr. Adeyemi sighed deeply. Truth has a way of coming late, my son. Mrs. Adeyemi asked quietly, but are you ready for the storm that follows it? The next morning, Kola arrived at the gym, but his mind was elsewhere. Every laugh, every shout, every clank of weight sounded hollow. Tund noticed immediately. Man, you're haunted, he said, leaning on the dumbbell rack. Kola ran a hand through his hair. It's not just me. Her past, it's like a shadow chasing us. Meanwhile, Zainab stayed in a small rented room. She avoided the streets, avoided the neighbors, but the fear never left her. She kept checking the window, half expecting Musa to appear with his anger and threats. Her phone rang suddenly. A mysterious number. She hesitated, then answered. Zainab, stop hiding, a deep voice said. You belong to me. She dropped the phone, heart racing. Kola arrived at her room within minutes. Who was that? He asked, grabbing her hands. Musa's threats had followed her here. Kola's jaw tightened. We can't run anymore. We face him, together. Zainab shook her head. Kola, you don't understand. He has people. Powerful people. That night, Kola sat by her side, holding her trembling hands. I don't care, he said. I can't leave you. Whatever comes, we face it together. Zainab's tears flowed freely. I never asked for someone like you. Someone brave, kind. I'm not worthy. Kola smiled faintly, though fear gripped him. No one's worthy. We just choose each other anyway. The next morning, a car pulled up near Zainab's rented room. Kola's heart raced as he peered through the window. It wasn't Musa, it was someone else. A tall man in a crisp suit stepped out, scanning the street carefully before knocking at the door. Zainab froze. Who is that? She whispered. Kola opened the door slowly. I don't know, but we'll find out. The man introduced himself as Inspector Adamu, a police officer. His eyes were sharp but kind. Zainab Bello? He asked. Zainab nodded cautiously. Yes, that's me. Inspector Adamu's gaze shifted to Kola. And you are? I'm a friend. Someone who wants to help her, Kola said firmly. The inspector nodded. Good. You'll need help. Musa is dangerous and he's been manipulating the people around her. But I can help protect her, if you trust me. Zainab looked at Kola. Her eyes were full of fear but also hope. Do you trust him? She asked. Kola thought for a moment, then said, yes. We don't have a choice. That night, as they planned their next steps, Zainab revealed more fragments of her past. Musa didn't just want money, he wanted control over me, over my life. I escaped, but I didn't know where to go. Every street, every friend. I had to hide. Kola squeezed her hand. We'll fix this, step by step. Yet, even with the inspector's help, Kola felt a pit in his stomach. Something about Zainab's story didn't fully add up. Why would someone so careful suddenly let herself be seen by the police? Why hadn't she come forward earlier? Questions swirled in Kola's mind, and he realized love alone might not be enough to survive the coming storm. That night, the city felt unusually quiet. Even the usual hum of traffic seemed muted, as if warning them that something was about to happen. Kola sat on the edge of Zainab's bed, listening to her steady, nervous breathing. Suddenly there was a loud bang on the door. Both of them jumped. Kola ran to the door, yanked it open, and froze. Musa stood there, flanked by two men. His eyes were cold and his lips twisted into a cruel smile. You didn't think you could hide forever, did you? He sneered. Zainab trembled, but Kola stepped in front of her. Leave. Now. Musa laughed. Or what? You little gym man? You can't stop me. Just as Musa's hand moved toward Zainab, a flash of movement and strong voices filled the room. Inspector Adamu and two officers barged in, shouting. Musa and his men tried to fight back, but they were quickly surrounded. In the chaos, Zainab's face went pale. Kola, there's something you need to know about me. Something I've been hiding. Kola grabbed her hand. Now, not later? She nodded. It's why Musa was after me, not just for money. He thinks I know a secret about his family that could ruin them. Kola's heart sank. He realized then that her past was far more dangerous than he ever imagined. And the man he loved, the man she trusted, was only now seeing the full storm she had been running from. As Musa was taken away by the police, Zainab whispered, I couldn't tell you everything before. I didn't want to drag you into danger. Kola held her close. We'll face it together. But promise me, no more secrets. She nodded silently, tears rolling down her cheeks. Outside, the city lights flickered. Kola knew their love had survived this night, but he also knew the real danger wasn't gone. Some truths were still buried, and some enemies were still watching. The next morning, Kola and Zainab sat in silence at the small cafe near the market. The police had taken Musa away, but neither of them felt safe. The streets felt sharper, heavier, as if danger lingered in every shadow. Kola, Zainab began, her voice trembling. I need to tell you everything. Not just about Musa, but why he came after me. Kola leaned in, holding her hands tightly. I'm listening. No more hiding, okay? She nodded, took a deep breath, and whispered, I'm the heir to a wealthy family in Lagos. Alhaji Bello, he's my father. But my mother died when I was very young, and Musa, he married me off in secret to steal my inheritance. He didn't just want money. He wanted me completely under his control. Kola's eyes widened. So, that's why you had to disappear? Zainab nodded. I had to vanish. I couldn't trust anyone, not even my father's business friends. Every step I took, I felt like he was one step behind me. Kola's mind raced. His parents had warned him about shame, about scandal, but now he understood that Zainab had been fighting for her life and freedom all along. You trusted me with half your story, he said softly. I can't imagine what it must have been like to carry all of it alone. Zainab's eyes filled with tears. I thought, if I told anyone I'd drag them into danger. That includes you. Kola swallowed hard. You've already dragged me in, but I don't regret it. I just wish you had let me help sooner. As they spoke, a shadow fell across the cafe window. Kola looked up. A sleek black SUV was parked across the street. Someone was watching. Zainab froze. It's not over, they're still looking for me. Kola gritted his teeth. Then we fight. Together. No more running. But even as he said it, he felt a chill. He knew the moment of peace was temporary. Musa's men weren't the only ones after her. Her secret had enemies far more powerful, and far more dangerous, than they could imagine. The man standing in the darkness stepped forward into the weak phone light. Zainab screamed softly. Uncle Sadiq. Kola's heart dropped. Your uncle? Zainab nodded, tears running fast now. Yes. The one my father trusted with my life. Uncle Sadiq smiled slowly, the kind of smile that carries no warmth. Zainab, you were never meant to know so much, he said calmly. Kola shouted, know what? Zainab's voice shook. My uncle was into money laundering. Big money. Dirty money. When I discovered it by mistake, he panicked. She took a step back, her heel clicking loudly on the tiled floor. My father was always busy, she continued, chasing success, chasing his name. He left me in my uncle's care and trusted him with everything. Uncle Sadiq laughed. Your father never had time for you. I raised you. I fed you. And when you became a problem, I solved it. Kola clenched his fists. You sold her to Musa. Uncle Sadiq shrugged. That man was cruel, yes, but he paid well. Zainab broke down. My father only heard about me through you. You told him lies. You told him I was stubborn, that I ran away. Uncle Sadiq leaned closer. And he believed me, because he trusted his brother more than his daughter. Just then sirens filled the night. Red and blue lights flashed through the windows. Police, don't move. Inspector Adamu and his men burst in. Uncle Sadiq tried to run, but it was too late. Cold handcuffs clicked around his wrists. As they dragged him away, he shouted, your father chose money over you. Zainab collapsed into Kola's arms, shaking. 2 days later, a plane landed from Canada. Alhaji Bello stepped out, his shoulders heavy, his eyes tired. The strong businessman looked small now. When he saw Zainab, he froze. My daughter? His voice cracked. Zainab stood still. You never had time for me, Daddy? Tears rolled down his face. I was blind. I trusted my brother. I chased success and forgot my own child. He knelt slowly. I am sorry. The room went silent. Kola held his breath. Zainab walked forward and lifted him up. I forgive you, she whispered. But don't ever leave me again. Alhaji Bello nodded, crying openly. Never. I promise. Months later, the wedding was simple but full of joy. Mrs. Adeyemi smiled proudly. She is strong. You chose well, my son. Mr. Adeyemi nodded. Love tested by fire is the strongest. Zainab walked toward Kola, her dress brushing the floor softly. She smiled and whispered, we made it. Kola replied, we survived. Years passed. God blessed them with twins, 2 beautiful girls. When Zainab held them, she smiled through tears. They will never feel abandoned. Kola kissed her forehead. Never. Sometimes, the people meant to protect us are the ones who hurt us most. But love, truth, and forgiveness can still rewrite the story. What would you have done if you were Zainab? Forgive or walk away forever? And tell me, which country are you watching from?